Welcome, everyone, to the L7C podcast Demon Slayer edition. That is right, Demon Slayer edition. This is going to be, I believe, Captain Fact Check Me, the first Demon Slayer only centric podcast that the
That
L7C has
is
ever done.
100% correct. We've talked about Naruto, obviously, My Hero Academia, but never
Dragon
a
Ball.
solo, and Dragon Ball yet, but never a solo Demon Slayer episode.
So
No, we talked about maybe like throwing something together. I think it was thrown out there at one point, like Nikki and I doing something for Demon Slayer. But for me, the hesitation was always kind of like, well, there's not that much Demon Slayer content yet, especially when like I first started doing the podcast, and then it was like, I don't know, it just never ended up happening. But what a time to do this one with the emergency announcement, or well, the announcement creating this emergency podcast.
yeah, and if you just heard those voices who were just there speaking, you got the Captain Byron Mitchell with us and the My Hero enthusiast Miss Andrea Alanese with us. And Andrea just said with the emergency thing, because I'm gonna be honest, this was not supposed to happen today. There was the last podcast recorded for the month of June was actually the My Hero Academia podcast. By the time you're listening to that, it will be out because I'm actually typing the description as we speak, but I'm pausing that. So by the time you're listening to the My Hero episode will be out the first day of July, so you've already have listened to it. So make sure you listen to that too. But now they'll be a little outdated for when we talked about Demon Slayer a little bit, because something that was a rumor is now reality. But yeah, definitely check that out before you listen to this. But yeah, I I saw some news. I asked the captain, "Hey, emergency podcast. We got to go through the captain." I was like, "Hey, you cool with an emergency pod?" He said, "Do it. I'll be there." I said, "All right." And then I was like, well, I just talked to the My Hero enthusiast about Demon Slayer. I was like, hey, if you're free, because again, Sundays, we typically don't record on Sundays unless it's an emergency situation. So she said she was free at this time too. And after doing one My Hero podcast together, now they're on the first Demon Slayer podcast ever on the L7C, and we'll be alive for 3+ years. It's coming up. So welcome, guys.
It's good to be here. Talking about what just happened in Demon Slayer and then the big emergency announcement that literally happened, like 10 hours ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 hours ago. So do we want to start talking? Do we want to talk about the season first, or do we want to talk about the announcement?
I vote announcement.
Okay.
I think we could do an announcement because it kind of can backtrack into why there was an announcement today.
Okay. So if you've been living under the anime rock, as you know, obviously we record in the United States of America. Demon Slayer and all of that, it gets shown live on their TVs. Like, you know how if we're scrolling like our TVs, Cartoon Network, all that stuff, they're watching that stuff live on their TVs. So they get it first. It gets transcribed into Crunchyroll, into the subs. Later on, we get it the same day if you're Crunchyroll Premium. So they did not wait. As soon as it was out for the Japanese fans, and you always know it's out for the Japanese fans because people start posting the clips from Twitter, they made it official. This was at 11:19 a.m. EST. The all-out war begins. Demon Slayer, Infinity Castle arc, anime, movie, trilogy. Officially announced. The poster, and we'll get to this, what they're doing in the poster, especially the main character Tanjiro when we talk about the episode. You have Tanjiro, you have all 7 of the remaining Hashira, and you have Lady Tamayo on it. We'll explain why she's on the poster as well. And this was at 11 our time, and it set a shout out to Rengoku, set a whole thing ablaze. They didn't wait also either. The trilogy preview video came out, and it was being rumored for these last couple of weeks. It really started picking up steam last week because something allegedly got leaked that they wanted to announce at a convention in this month of July. And then with this episode coming up, a lot of people said the announcement's coming at the end of the episode. The announcement's coming at the end of the episode. The announcement did come at the end of the main broadcast episode. By the time we got it in Crunchyroll, we already knew the movie was next. And if you saw it on Crunchyroll 2, they said the final episode of Demons, not season, the final episode. So this movies will end Demon Slayer. I mean, sent it to everyone in the group, sent the alert emoji, told Andrea to wake up. It's official. I almost
for
thought
real,
about
though, 'cause
calling
I was passed
everyone,
the
like,
fuck out
wake the
still.
hell up. This is official. Like, so what do you guys, Byron, start with you. What do you think that now that it's official?
I was in shock because, like, the rumors came out like a couple weeks ago. They were doing a 3-movie trilogy.
Mhm.
I felt some kind of a way when that first announced. Like, man, I hope they don't do it. I feel like the last 2 arcs, well, the Infinity arc, which is 2 sub arcs, the Infinity Castle arc, and then the Sunrise Countdown arc, which is I think like 60 chapters. Like, they could do another season, maybe another 2 seasons out of it, and really, like, animate the fuck out of it like they've been doing the last couple of seasons. So I was like, man, I hope they don't go the movie arc, because 3 years, potentially 3 years over the
Speculation.
next,
Yep.
speculation over the next 3 years, so like 25, 26, and 27. We'd have movies back to back, but I'm kind of nervous because I don't know how they're gonna span the movies out. So, like, it is intriguing, to say the least.
Andrea.
I had the same feelings as Byron in the negative sense of, like, I'm just gonna be blunt. I don't want to fucking wait that long. I haven't read. I'm anime only. I have not read the manga. I have had spoilers because Instagram is my life. But I wait for the anime to come out to know, like, really how things play out, how things tie together, so on and so forth. And the idea of having to wait an extended amount of time between each movie, because, like, okay, it took me a little while to get used to waiting for episodes every week, because I was the type of person that was like, okay, let me wait for the whole season to finish, and then I'll binge watch it all in one sitting. Doing the podcast, can't really do that. So I've gotten in the habit of, like, okay, it's just a week. Just a week, just 6 days. I got this. We can do this. The animation, the surround sound will be phenomenal, amazing, and it'll be like a great experience. I know all 3 of those movies will be great experiences, but having to wait potentially a whole year, even if it is like, my personal preference, is they have decided they are doing this, would be to space it out like about 6 months. So that way it only, you don't have to wait 6 months, but still, that's it's hard. It's hard. To me, I feel like the most optimal thing for the fans, like the middle ground between the fans and the studio to make a shit ton of money, would have been to do 3/4 of these next 2 arcs in a season and then make the final battle, the final piece of it, into a movie. I could be more than happy and live with that.
All right. Well,
I could
this
even
is
see them
oh, go ahead, Byron. I'm
doing
turning.
like
I'm gearing up.
two movies, because, like I said, it's 2 sub arcs in the Infinity Castle arc. So they could do the Infinity Castle arc as one movie, and then the Sunrise Countdown arc as another movie, and that would be fine. It would be just like watching Infinity Game, and not Infinity Game, but
Infinity
Avengers,
War.
yeah, Infinity War and Endgame, back to back years,
Yeah.
which was totally fine. But the 3 movies is really pushing it for me.
Okay.
Too many. There's one too many for Byron. For me, there's 2 too many.
Okay. First thing, because I actually have a couple things from the other side. I did have this tweet out because my initial reaction was, this is unprecedented for an anime to have its final arc made into not one but 3 movies. It's really unheard of. If they're opening Demon Slayer's opening door, that if it's successful, this is going to change the anime game forever, forever. And now, Byron, for some of your points, and I'm not going at you, just making you see the other
Of
Byron
course.
Mitchell's perspective.
Hmm.
Byron, who covers the superhero podcast stuff on the L7C?
I do.
Okay. So you've been covering all the MCU, DCEU, all that stuff since we started the pod, correct?
Correct.
And you brought up Infinity War and all of that. How many years did you have to wait MCU wise before you finally saw Thanos in action?
Oh, that a long time. Years.
Okay. Did you waiting all those years change what you actually saw in the theater?
No.
Okay. And did you continue going back to the theater after seeing Thanos?
Yes, because I wanted to see how it ended.
Okay. And even after seeing how it ended, you continue to still go to the movies because you want to see what's next and who the next lead up is, correct?
Of course.
Okay. Okay. That's all right. So just looking on that side, the other side, who, when we talk about rich people being selfish assholes, not paying their workers,
For
any
real.
of that stuff, who is one of the main people in our group text who gets hot about wage payments?
Me, because you should pay your workers fair wages.
Okay.
For real.
Who gets hot on this podcast when you see that the animators are working so hard and that they're not making any money?
Me.
Okay. 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 So
Byron for the people.
Byron
you.
is for
I
the
am.
people, is establishing all that. So just from the people perspective, wouldn't you be happy that these are 3 movies because those animators are going to make the most money they've ever made in their lives from ticket sales and all of that stuff?
Yes, I am happy that the workers are going to get paid and they get potentially maybe long breaks in between movies to rest and relax. That side, yes, I'm happy about.
You
But
brought up
selfishly,
Nope, hold on, hold
I
on. You
don't
brought
want.
up the long breaks. Who has
Mhm.
a podcast, if you look at some of the superhero archives, about Marvel overworking their animators and all that stuff who work on the visual effects, and the quality has gone down, and you told them like, hey, maybe you should spread it out to get better quality.
That was me.
Okay, okay. I'm just so I think for all the people who I get it, it's warranted, but it's one of those things like this is literally a moment in history. So you got to put your selfish stuff aside. Like, I don't think people realize what they're really going for with these movies and how this is going to change the landscape forever. I'll tell you right now, what they're going for, they're trying to do something no anime movie's ever done. They're trying to make $1 billion.
Oh yeah.
They are trying to
Yeah.
do it. Like this is unfucking present. Like they're going to try and make $1 billion off the 3 movies, or one makes it by itself. Like that's what they're trying to do. Remember, everyone, if we would have did this years ago, everyone would have thought that, even though it came out at arc itself, it's like everyone would have thought Mugen Train was crazy. Why are
No.
you making this arc into a? They made an arc. They're the first ones ever to make an arc into a
Out of a
movie.
movie. Yeah.
Made $500 million plus, was the #1 movie in the fucking world that year. The first non-Hollywood #1 movie on planet Earth. And if you think that did that, what do you think are they about to do for these next 3 movies?
I know they're about to make bank, and I'm here for them making money and paying their workers.
I just hope that they actually pay their workers though. Just because they're going to be making more money doesn't mean they're going to be paying their animators more. They're going to be paid longer because they're working on the series longer, but them actually making like a decent wage or getting a pay increase, that's not necessarily guaranteed.
It's not, but typically when you work on movies, you get paid more than you work on the TV shows.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, because they're going to be working longer. And for all we know, they might record all these 3 things in a year and then just
Right.
whenever they want to have it And I think it's also a true thing. Like they see this opportunity and they want to grasp it because if this is something they want to do with all their original voices, obviously you can't foresee accidents or something like that. But they're like, hey, we want to finish this arc with the people we hired. Like, so and if we have people who are on the older end or whatnot, let's get their voices in and all that, so that they could be like, we were a part of this from start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good way to look at it.
I mean, because there's just so much. It's just the fact that they're going to be on that chase. They already own the record for the most ever made in an anime movie with 500 million, and that's also the biggest movie in Japan ever. It's the chase now. Like they are back. They are chasing for something that no one's ever done before. So even if they don't make $1 billion and they make more than the 500 million, that's still a success. So
yeah, 500 million per movie. That's
yeah.
I remember their budget for that last movie was only 15 million, and they made 500 million. What do you think? What do you think all these big companies are about to give them now? Be like, oh, we saw what you did that last movie, so here's a blank check. Do what you need to do.
Right.
Whoever the top animator is, if he thinks about or he or she thinks about quitting, pull up that fucking Brinks truck to their house in Kyoto. Like, so I'm happy in the sense that we're seeing an anime chase something that's never been done before. And if it does do it, this is like we're living in this time where it will change everything. Episode isn't out. The episode will be out by the time you listen to this. If this is successful, the model changes.
Everyone's going to start doing it. Yeah, for sure.
Midoriya vs. Shigaraki's final fight will be a movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whenever the last arc of Dragon Ball Super is, that'll be a movie. Like if this is successful, this changes anime forever because you're already showing. And this was a little bit after COVID. So imagine if this was years after COVID. This was like just after COVID with like Mugen Train that you were allowed in theaters. Imagine if you were allowed full capacity for Mugen Train.
You probably would have broken $1 billion.
Which is crazy to think about. The first time I saw that movie was with Andrea.
Yep, masks on in the theater, except when you were eating popcorn, drinking your drink.
They're chasing. I gotta commend them. They are trying to change this game. Like they're at the forefront of this stuff. Like they are trying to change the game forever.
Yeah, and it would be great to see like all the advertising for it and see how many fans go, because like anime movies have grown in popularity in the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, I would say, man, there was Dragon Ball Super Broly. Obviously, Mugen Train really just pushed that thing to a
whole nother level.
Level. Then everyone else has followed suit.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. No one's ever done this before. Like they're gonna be the first, and the whole anime world's gonna be watching. Every studio, they're gonna be sitting there like, wow, are they crazy? Are they not?
Can they pull this off?
They're gonna
pull this off. Can we do it next?
What's the money sign? Wait, Demon Slayer Part 2 of the 3 made a bit. Oh, what? Oh, no. I mean, just the thing too is like with the $1 billion thing, there's only been like 30 something movies in the history that have ever made $1 billion. So if an anime movie gets up there,
that's history.
Then there will be no one left on this planet who could be like, oh, anime is so lame. Like, okay, that's done forever.
Right. Like, because our movie just made $1 billion.
Anything else about the movie? Because we don't, obviously, we do not know any release dates. We don't know anything of that. We know every convention from here until the end of time. Every voice actor, Japanese, English, any of the voices, they're all going to be asked, when's the movie coming? You got to know when the movie's coming. You got to know because, everyone's going to be like, hey, we can't talk about that.
Right. Yep. They can say that, oh, we've been recording voice lines, but that's pretty much that's most of they can say.
That's the signature. I was like, hey, we've been in the booth. But this is wild. I didn't think they would do it, but there's a reason for this because the season that they just had ended today, and the final 2 episodes are being called the 2 best Demon Slayer episodes of all time. From the end of episode 7 into all of episode 8, it's being called the best. What were your thoughts on these last 2, the whole arc and everything in general?
I'm trying to think if I would call them the 2 best because I'm still thinking about
I was
the
thinking that
Entertainment
too.
District that final 2 episodes.
I'm telling you what
Those
everyone's
went
saying right
crazy.
now. They're saying this is the best one ever.
There are aspects of it I will say is just like maybe the best or like in the top 3 moments. But I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't. I don't know. I was also on the fence about calling Dobby's Dance like the best My Hero episode ever. So like I'm probably just somebody that doesn't like handing out that title because I'm always like, well, something else probably is better that I'm not aware of, or something else is going to come out that's even whatever. So I'm not the best person to ask about that, but I know halfway through the final episode today, I paused the episode. Actually, it was my boyfriend paused the episode, and we were looking at each other like, "Holy shit!" Like that was just after the explosion, seeing the regeneration happening, like, and then the commentary of because initially watching that, I don't know about you guys, but initially I thought he was making everything blow up. We thought it was him. So coming to the realization immediately after that the leader just, took one for the team. He and his family took one for the team. We had to run it back. We went back and rewatched that whole sequence, and oh my god, I feel like a broken record talking about the animation in Demon Slayer because it's just always peak. But the episode was amazing. I don't.
They're calling it Demonheim. They're calling it Demonheimer.
I can see why.
Because of the emanation of how that.
I think
how that bomb went
for
through.
me, it got more hype after the announcement because I'm like, all right, they made the announcement of the 3 movies. And then I saw like little clips on Twitter scrolling before the full episode came out. I was like, all right, the animation is clean, but I gotta watch it for myself. And I watched it for myself. I said, holy shit. Just the animation, like Andrew said, is just top notch. And all the Hashira pulling up on the Master's compound, like after it exploded, their sheer reaction.
Well, before it exploded, because they got the emergency summons that it was
from
under
crows.
attack, and they got there when it was blown up.
Yeah, but then like the first Hashira to pull up was a stone Hashira, Guillaume.
Yeah, he was waiting in the wings.
Well, because they saw the pre-thing, like he was the only one who knew what was about to happen.
Yep.
Yeah,
hence why he was the first one there, and then we finally saw him in action. And then let me say this too about the strongest Hashira, Guillaume. That man knocked his head clean off, and I'm just sitting there, and we go back to Mugen.
Neck too. Like, it was whole thing. It wasn't just
no, not even a breathing. That wasn't even a breathing technique. That was pure strength. Just throw this thing. I'm like, man,
with a wrecking ball, a spiked wrecking ball.
I was like, man,
is that a mace? Is that a mace or what is that thing called?
The wrecking.
Yeah, it's like a mace axe combo.
I was like,
yeah.
I was like, this is why we didn't see any of your stuff till the end, and I'm just like, man, you could have been there. Rengoku still would have been alive. Because if it was you on the train instead of Rengoku, Akaza would have been dead.
Yep.
Also, before we get to this episode, we got to talk about the end of the previous episode when Muzan pulled up to the Master's compound, dripped the fuck out.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
What do I always say? If an anime character has their coat on as a cape, it's over.
It's over. Like the animation, him slow-mo walking and the music behind, I was like, oh shit, we are in trouble.
Oh, yep. Everybody
we are in trouble.
Oh, that was trending the whole week. It's just when he turned, like when the Master turned around and Muzan turned that corner through the bush and you saw those those pink ass eyes, you're like, and the music was, again, man, every week I feel like, especially these past two, I feel like they're sending a message to the whole industry every
Yeah.
time.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But no, you're right.
It's do what we do, but better. Try it. Try it.
That's
And I feel like
that's
most people
basically
just
what they're
don't.
saying.
Like, oh
Like you said,
man.
Byron, the man's like, he could have, and the fact too is like, he could have teleported there. That man said, "No, I'm taking this walk. I'm going to reminisce about how this person has pissed me off all this time,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna pull through this gate." And then,
With the
not to
slow
be
strut.
remiss, and the
Yep.
music was just fan. Like I've watched that scene hundreds of times, and not to
Mm-hmm.
be remiss, because there's something, don't know if it's been said on the My Hero thing, but something I know we've said, in me and Andrea have said in text conversations. Moves scene, fantastic, one of the best scenes I've ever seen, because from top to bottom, the boss, leader's wife, didn't flinch. That's what I
Lady
didn't
Amane,
flinch.
she was.
Did
Everybody's like,
not
wait, we're all
flinch.
looking like, holy shit, this is the moment. We're losing our minds. We would be scared. I mean, dude's been on death's door for a minute, so he's whatever. She did not flinch. She did not blink. She didn't turn to him to be like, what should we do, or are you okay, or what do you? No. She knew the moment he was there. It holding it down. Just, oh my god.
Yeah, didn't flinch. Did not flinch.
That's what you call a real one.
Yes.
That's exactly what I said. And even when in this episode, when he was like, "Oh, describe him," like she just looked at him, she was just staring at him, face didn't like, "Oh, he looks like this, that." And
Yep.
it's wild too. The fact that you dress the best to go kill the person you hate the most, that's saying something.
Facts. The cleanest this man has looked all series.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm pulling up on my odds. It's over for you, buddy.
And the bad thing is they were foreshadowing that in like the end credits for all these episodes before these ones. About like moves and walking, like he's stepping on the blood, all that. You didn't know that end credits was gonna lead into that walk. Like
right.
last season episode, 2 episodes ago.
No,
So.
and it actually, like, I was really confused because there was so much time when the credits started rolling. It was like, what the hell? And then obviously the strut started, and it was like, oh shit, this is what it is. Oh shit. And it was just the continual replaying in my head of like, oh my god, are we gonna get there? Are we gonna get to the contact? It's just the slow walk up, the beautiful scenery. I mean, his reflection in that little I'm guessing koi pond. Just, oh, it was all so beautiful and clean and scary and just tense. Just, oof, it was great. It was amazing.
How'd you feel about the conversation they had?
It was intriguing because first I didn't know that Muzan was like connected to their bloodline. I was like, oh, damn. And then man was like, oh yeah, we don't live long. But then we talked to a priest that, since you have this monster in your bloodline, if you vow to kill him, you could potentially live your life long. He's like, oh yeah, we did that, but we still die around the age 30. I'm like, damn, bro.
Yeah.
You got to kill him. He's still alive.
Right.
Earth ain't gone till he dead.
Him getting, like, basically said, I'm just getting this off my chest because I know today is my last day of living. But basically, like, human will continue to go, like, I'm nothing.
That was
so,
some
like,
deep lines he was dropping.
That was.
He's like, I'm nothing, but when you kill me, they coming after you.
And the chain just keeps going and going and going. And just kind of that comment about how, Muzan is real like, well, you believe in this curse. I've been around here fucking killing thousands of people for 1,000 years and nothing bad's happened to me. And then he flips it on him a few lines later, talking about like those bonds. You've never been forgiven by a single goddamn person connected to somebody you have killed. And that just carries, and there's that visual of all of the balls just like circling around him of all of the like built up or stacked up consequences.
And then it got to this generation's Hashira and the Komodo kids.
Just, oof. That gave me chills. Oh, that gave me chills. And Muzan visibly, Ubuyashiki didn't see it, of course, but Amane did. He flinched. And Ubuyashiki was like, I felt a change in the air. And to me, I was like, ooh, you bad. Like, you did it. But truly, during that whole conversation, with the way we've seen Muzan act, I'm surprised he didn't just, bust his head open mid-sentence, like, really early on in that conversation. I was very surprised that we got as much information out as we did.
Like Byron said, man, this person been messing with you for years, and like he wanted to hear the stuff. And I would say on the Muzan's thing too, which I'll talk about a little bit when we get to Tanjiro. Like even the first time where Tanjiro met Muzan, like and Muzan was like walking back to his thing, and that drunk guy bumped into him. Muzan said sorry and was going to keep him moving.
Yeah.
Muzan wasn't even going to kill the dude until he said the dude looked sickly. Then you struck a nerve on Muzan, and then he killed all you guys. So I was like, I wasn't too surprised to listen to him talk like that. But then, I think the only thing that would have really, but he probably would have killed him. He actually probably would have just cut his head off if he would have brought this up. If the leader would have brought up Yuichi, he'd be like, but didn't you hide because Yuichi would almost put you in the dirt and you ran away? If he would have dropped that one last line, that would have been a goated.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so then, he thanks Muzan. And then Muzan's sitting there, he's like, I've been looking at this guy. This guy's been vexing me all these years. I sense no hate. Like, what the hell is going on? Like,
right. I thought that was interesting because he's like, I don't even feel hate for him right now. I'm like, that's interesting. Because man, you've been beefing with this whole clan for thousands of years, and you don't feel hate right now.
He's like, it's just him, the wife, 2 kids. There's no bodyguards. The kids were singing that song. He's like, that feels like familiar. I was like, well, he did just say y'all were
family
1,000+ years related.
Diluted,
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
I remember, wasn't that dropped casually at one point where he said, was it during the Mugen Train movie or was it Entertainment District where he mentioned that Muzan's the stain on his family's legacy or something like that? Yeah.
It was after the group beat up the Sixes. He literally said that was the stain on their family. That is absolutely right.
Yeah. Because it was very, very casually dropped and it was very fast.
Because he got up, he was coughing. He's like, oh my God, they did it. Thank you, Tengen, Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Nosuke. Yes, the upper right sinks. It's the first time our upper ranks died in 100-some years. Finally, do you feel it? This is gonna be the group that does it. The stain on the family is finally gonna be gone. Yep. That was it. End of season. If you just want to see that scene, all you gotta do is on YouTube say type in the master thanks Tanjiro and the crew and all that stuff.
Nice.
So that
was such a throwaway line that it didn't even register to me that he said it until you brought it up.
I mean, even if you want it, because this thing is, if you want to really connect the dots too, just remember when at the end of season 3, when he finds out Nezuko conquered the sun, and you see Muzan's backstory. What was he? Always sick. He was late. He was laying in that bed like the master was.
True.
And he was looking that way like the master was. And the bad thing is, Muzan's impulsiveness ruined him, because if he would have kept that doctor alive, he probably would have been immortal.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, this doctor stuff isn't working. Then he realized, he's like, oh shit, this is really working. This blue flower lady, he's the only one who knows where that, and I killed him. I'm a dumbass. So
won't admit it, but yeah, basically.
Spent 1,000 years looking for that flower. I don't understand why he just
still can't find it.
I don't understand why he didn't try and find a demon who could bring people back to life. He should have just did that and brought the doctor back to life.
True.
Right.
But yeah, so if you just look at those simulations, and I mean, if you look at them, if the master was fully healthy with face and moves, I mean,
they kind of look
similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And besides, the last names aren't that far off. It was just there in plain sight. Yeah. They weren't trying to they weren't having us high they did with Yuga and being the traitor of My Hero, where they're like, oh yeah, bro, didn't y'all notice he was never at this stuff and this stuff? They weren't trying to be that discreet.
Yeah.
Well.
And then so then he says thank you. He did all the talk, probably because he wanted to keep him talking as much as possible for these bombs to go off, and then blew up the whole mansion, the whole
entire thing. Yep.
And him again. You want to talk about real one? She didn't even. Muzan's like, man, I thought this guy was a normal. He's like, this motherfucker's crazy. He's like, he blew himself up.
He said his wife and his kids.
His wife and 2 of his kids. I mean, he doesn't know that he has other kids, but
Andrea,
still.
right there.
What?
Right there's a big one.
And the other kids.
Yeah, he's got other kids. There were more.
Losing no, but that's the big one because people think that the whole family's gone. Oh no!
Sorry.
Right,
Spoiler,
kids,
I guess.
4 kids? But they're showing them
I
in
think he
the.
has 6 because if I remember
6,
correctly,
okay.
there was a flashback a few episodes back, or just like a mental picture where it was the family of them, and there were more kids than I remembered. Because at Tanjiro's, graduation for final selection, there was the one with the black hair and one with white hair. So then, at that point, it's like, oh, it's the 2 of them. And then later on, there's just a couple with the white hair. And then in that picture, in that flashback or whatever it was, mental image, it was like, I think 5 kids with white hair and then 1 with black. And I do know a spoiler about the one with black hair, but I won't say that.
Yeah, because there's a reason that those certain kids were not there.
Yes.
Not there. Biggest thing too, he's like, what are you dreaming about? Before he literally, Majin Vegeta blew himself up and everyone there. He's like, you want to be eternal, right? He's like, yeah. It's like, I thought Muzan was gonna like Batman Ubiyashi. I thought he was gonna pick him up and beat his ass and be like, "Where's Nezuko?" And like keep beating his like I thought he was going to hit him with the Dark Knight Joker interrogation scene, like, "Where is Nezuko?" Start beating his ass until he told him. So,
I mean, but we also know, I'm sure Muzan also realized that he wasn't going to give it up. Yeah.
But he would have
my guess would have been that he would try to go after Lady Amane for it.
That's what.
But she's not going to give it up either.
He would have tried the normal stuff or like the kids, blah blah. But obviously she is not there. Thank God. She was not spied on. Thank God.
As far as we're aware, so far.
As far as we're aware, she's obviously the most important person in the story now. The Muzan gets her, it's game over. It doesn't matter what you do. Like there was, I was just like, man, where the fuck is it? I was like, Nezuko. I was like, damn. I just don't understand why Muzan, like, how at the moment, as of the last time we saw, she is with the former Water Hashira. Basically, Giyu and Tanjiro's surrogate father. Because I was watching, because that man's been with them. He could have killed Nezuko on sight too. He's like, no. Like, so, and if Muzan would have just backtracked everything where it started, he probably would have found her.
Fine.
I mean, he does have a point.
Yeah, I mean, but then again, like she's the key. She is the ultimate key. But then it explodes. We already talked about that. You see, we talk about the animation. Like Muzan is so fucked up. Like it is just.
Oh yeah, I know.
It's so bad.
It was, and it was like, maybe I'm a horrible human being. I shouldn't be since he's the villain. But seeing him so fucked up made me so happy that I was just like,
yeah. Me too.
Alright, fuck him. The Red Generation was wild. And then he's like, what's going on? And then is this Lady Tamayo comes, Blood Demon art. We're like, she came in, that dialogue was there, beautiful. We
also the additional Blood Demon art of the dude that he just casually turned into a demon to distract Tanjiro.
If people did not know that, that is that person's demon art.
Him.
Did you know that, Byron?
Oh, I did not know that.
That's that guy.
Yeah.
You know the guy where the Muzan did a little quick flip?
Yeah.
That's his
That was his Blood Demon art. That's what Lady Tamayo told him.
Muzan should have came back around and recruited his ass. That's a good move.
Right?
Right. So I was like, when it said Blood Demon art, I was like,
they connect, Byron. Everything's connected when you're...
And then when she said the name, I was like, I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, then you just
now
see
that you mention it.
Wow. The throwaway dude. The throwaway guy coming in. Then, they're talking. He's like, she said,
and he's out and about, because I think in one of her status reports to Tanjiro mentioned that, like, she couldn't cure him, of course, but he regained control and that he's now, like, essentially doing what she does and off of donated blood. And so at that point, I figured that side little character story, whatever, was already tied up. So then when she threw that out there to him, I was like, holy shit.
They have their interactions. I mean, Tamayo talked about, like, she just wanted to be, she didn't want to be a demon. She wanted to be cured of her illness, but she could see her kid grow. So it was basically not reading the terms of the agreement. Like, because Muzan told her, I could cure your illness. She's like, say less bet. Like, I want to see my kid grow. You didn't tell me what that would entail. I didn't ask enough questions. But then you see that
especially
stuff.
for a doctor, but
especially
I
for a
mean,
doctor. And then, they're there going at it because, she's hated that man since the fucking jump. And he's like, bro, why you hate me? You killed your husband. You killed your
and
kid.
that was such a like all for one Uno reverse to like, well, bitch, like technically that's on you. Yeah, I manipulated you into it, but like technically speaking,
I didn't tell you to do all that stuff. And then I'm like, you're right. You're right.
Like, I didn't tell you to kill all those people afterwards either. I'm like,
yep, he was right
that
too.
That is true. That is totally, yep.
That's true. And he's like, no, I'm dying today with you. So
oh god, that was such a good line too.
And then then you say the mystery is like, and then he comes doing all that, hits his head off clean off, like we already talked about the cleanest thing. And then you see the flashback, him and the master talking. He's like, yeah, don't tell anyone about to do this, blah, 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 blah. And I have a hunch that Muzin, like if you take his head off, you won't be able, that won't be enough to kill him. He can avoid. So like there is another Muzin-ish thing, but it's kind of a spoiler, so I'm not gonna say it with his autonomy, like his body. Yeah, so he gets cleaned off. Muzin's looking at him, shoots that blood demon art. You see why that man's the strongest Hashira of this generation. That boy hit that stone and they compared it to the Tengen stuff where he was like spinning all the stuff around, like blocking all that. And Yomei did that too. And then that's when everyone
arrived,
pulled out. They're like, who is this guy? Who is that? And then obviously they have never seen him.
Right.
Yomei only knows it's Muzin because the leader told him that Muzin would be the one coming.
Yeah, because the master had like foresight. So he's like, yeah, he's coming in 5 days. He's like, how you know? He's like, I just have a hunch.
That feeling, in the pit of my stomach.
The only thing I'm fine with the scene, what happens after. Like, obviously, he's the leader of the Hashira, so he was the one who got to say, like, it's Muzin. And everyone's just like, it's him. And then, of course, the legend of the new gen, Kamado Tanjiro. But pulls that's the first one to pull his sword out because he knows who that boy is. And he just yells, and the voice actor did it phenomenally. He just yells,
oh, yeah.
Like, I only would have wished that he was the one who said that was Muzin because he's the only one who has seen Muzin there. And then once it was Muzin, another people who everyone loves the scene, it was all smoke. Everyone charging in. Like, Tanjiro usually starts off with like the water breathing to get into it. He's like, oh, no, we're killing this man. Hinokami Kagura off the jump.
Ultimate move right out the gate.
And they were all charging. And then the devilish smile.
Oh
the
my God,
devilish
smile. I was like,
oh,
what the fuck is about to happen?
And then also we talk about animation. The animation, you see that, and people don't realize they got every Demon Slayer who was active.
Yep.
Yes.
Every single one.
Because she had eyes. He made that smile. We hear that ding, and it's like, fuck, the Biwa lady's here. And everybody. She had eyes on everybody.
Yeah, they were mapping it all out. That's how, the whole thing, like, they were doing the whole map stuff. I felt bad for Inosuke because he was just about to eat his dinner.
Bro, he looked around and
he
said,
knew
I'm the only
too.
one here?
He had, like, his spidey sense. He had his spidey sense because he paused, and he's like, all right, it's safe, and then boom.
Yeah, it puts the thing, like, they're all getting, like, brought in. Like, it's wild.
Can you just imagine going about your day and then just, like, a portal opens up beneath you?
People are all falling. All the crows are coming in, too.
Right.
Yeah.
All of that jazz. He's like, y'all thought y'all had me cornered? Shit.
No.
That's basically what he said.
Right.
LLJK, Uno reverse.
And then, also, before the Hashira and all that, and then before them, you see the sword coming down. And you're like, who is about to have this cold ass entrance?
Yep.
And then
you see sword. Yep.
You see that boy grab that sword, Mr. Lightning, Zenitsu grab it, coming down. Anyone who's watched anime before in their entire lives, when that boy opened his eyes, that is someone who just finished all the
and again.
I I've already said the stuff on Twitter and all that stuff. So I'm gonna say it here too. Like again, I've been on the ever since he defended Nezuko stuff all that years ago when he didn't have to. I already knew he was a
Mhm.
real one. Obviously, the first time you saw him fight, you're like, holy
Mhm.
shit. But he had the
Right.
caveat that he had to be asleep. And again, I was there from jump. And I'm not a fan of what is it? Gatekeeping and all that stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Zenitsu, anyone who's trying to jump on the bandwagon now, stay the fuck off. Every single one
That's
of
not
them.
okay, but that's not gatekeeping. That's totally different. That's y'all didn't see what you had. Y'all didn't see what we've all been. It's been there. It's been, you
Mhm.
know, the
Mhm.
material
Oh,
has been there.
yeah.
Whether people have personal hangups about the continued anxiety, the screaming, whatever, you just own that when he becomes what we know he's going to become.
Oh no,
What
I'm
he is
not
becoming,
even.
what he has
I'm
become.
not even being nice about it. Just know everyone else, fuck them. Every single one, every single one of y'all. No, no, no. Y'all ain't jump. Y'all ain't jumping on this shit now. Y'all the same people who jumped on the fucking Deku bandwagon when he beat the hell out of Overhaul and had the
Right.
anime, had the fight of the year. So nope, all of you out. Every single one of y'all tweeting like, "Oh, Zenitsu's my goat." You were not saying that shit 3 years ago. Shut up.
Right.
All
Right.
of them.
You
And
haven't
if
said
y'all
it from the beginning. To be fair, you don't get to say it.
no,
Yeah.
fuck them.
No.
Every single one of them. I don't care who you are. Stay the fuck off this bandwagon because that man, like, I just don't understand. If you have to be blind. Besides Tanjiro, they spend the most money on Zenitsu. That boy
Yeah.
has had the coldest animation in the whole show from the killing
Mhm.
the. I was just watching the sixfold when he killed the spider. Like they gave him the coldest entrance in Mugen Train when he busted through the train to save Nezuko. Don't know how he knew she was in danger when he was asleep, but whatever.
Well, it's his wifey senses. It's fine.
Obviously, the first time Inosuke saw Zenitsu fight, they gave him the coldest scene of the first episodes of season 2. They gave him the Godspeed episode against the girl upper six, and they're like,
Baki.
yeah, they're like, what the hell? They kept him on season 3, and then because now he doesn't smile anymore. He's not smiling anymore for the rest of the
Nope.
series. Like it's it.
Yeah. He hasn't smiled since he opened that letter in
That
was
letter.
it 2 episodes ago?
Mhm.
So whatever was in that episode got him serious as fuck.
Yeah. That he's
Yep.
not smiling. He's training, eyes are awake. He's killing anyone who comes in his path.
Hey, that's what I'm saying
Anyone.
now.
And y'all think, and imagine what movie quality Zenitsu is about to be.
Facts.
All of them. Truly all of them. I'm ready for that surround sound. To me, I'm literally expecting each of these movies to be like a magical experience, just like Mugen Train was,
Absolutely.
without the total surprise that Mugen Train was. Because Martin, I don't know about you, Byron, I don't know about you either, but me sitting there, I did not expect Mugen Train to be at the level that it was. Now,
Mhm.
now I would expect it for all 3 of those movies. I'm sure they're gonna hit it for all 3 of those movies, but it's still just gonna be. You have no, unless you've read the manga, of course, you don't know what's happening. You potentially, even if you have read the manga, they could be putting certain
They
things
will. I mean,
in and
they
out
have
of
this
order.
season. They have been doing it. So
Right.
Yeah.
So it's, and I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait for the music. I really, 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 really can't.
also too with my man Zenitsu, because again, I'm on the fuck everyone else train. I'm getting sick and tired of when they don't put him purposely in a scene because they know he's too fast. You're telling me when they were all charging thunder breathing first, he would have got to Muzan.
He would have.
Just like he would have got to Akaza if he was there super fast when Akaza was super weak. This is the fastest dude in the damn series.
Mhm.
But they want to leave him out when the shit really needs him.
Wait, so no, because that's a good point. Because at first I was wondering as I was watching it, like, okay, Infinity Castle, we know Zenitsu and Inosuke get there.
Mhm.
Obviously, that question was answered later, but why weren't they part of the emergency call? Was Tanjiro part of the emergency call just by accident because he was with you?
It was to
Like,
the
is that how that
Hashira.
happened?
Yeah, it was with the Hashira. It was
Okay.
to the Hashira, but Foresight, I mean, he probably knew that because there's a reason he said, because I'm pretty sure if Guillaume would have told Giyu to get your ass up and do this thing, to do the training, he would have did it. But there's a reason that the master sent Tanjiro.
Right.
And Tanjiro's like that. He was just there with, and obviously he's the main character. So it's like, and they were probably the fastest people to get. Well, then again, if Zetsu would have got the shit too, he probably could have got there too. But
Yeah.
and they're also the ones who've had the like he was talking about. He's like, yeah, everyone. Basically, the master is like, low key, my team fucks with me, especially my strongest people. So once you kill me, you know it's on site.
Right.
Like it wasn't on site to start with, but now it's just gonna be extra.
And to go back to the on-site thing, because I had this tweet, like someone tweeted about like Tanjiro's voice actor doing such a great job and how he yelled Muzan. Out of all those people in the whole series, obviously they hate him by proxy because he's the leader of the demons, and they might have turned their friend to a demon, or they might have turned a demon who killed their mom, dad, whatever. Tanjiro's the only one there who has real legitimate beef. That man walked in Tanjiro's house and killed his whole family. He hates him. So what do you thought he was just gonna say, Muzan? What? He's the only one with the strongest legitimate beef. And you saw it at the end too, because Muzan does not know any of those motherfucking Hashira's names, but he knows Tanjiro Kamado. And he was talking that shit up there. He said, all of y'all are going to hell. And then Tanjiro's like, nah, I'm killing you. Like me and you, it's on site. And then he's like, I like to see you try, Tanjiro Kamado. And then the show ends. Bro, it's bad.
I'm not gonna lie, that line was hard. He said, tonight all you demon slayers are going to hell. I was like, well, damn.
I'm killing every one of you myself. Every last one of you.
I'm like, well, shit.
Tanjiro said, crazy, no, bro, it's on site. I'm killing you.
They really have until the sun comes up to defeat this man.
Well, here's the problem.
What time is it? Do we kind of even know? Obviously, it's dark out. But
no,
like, is it like
no point
8
of it being
p.m.
outside,
and
though.
we've got to wait almost a whole 4 hours, or is it midnight?
Yeah, there's no point of it being outside. They're in the castle.
That's true.
For you to be out, you got to kill upper rank 4.
Yeah.
So that's the first, which they're gonna have to figure. That's the first thing you gotta, because the castle is infinite darkness. Like there's no night, there's no morning time. So that's for you to even get the fuck out of there, you need to kill upper rank 4.
And how do you get to upper rank 4? Because you could just change the landscape.
I was about to say that too. Like you
might have to be too fast. You gotta kill her quick.
Yeah.
Nah, that boy Tanjiro, he angry. Y'all forgot that man. He had no training, no Hino Kami Kagura, had a couple of water forms, was about to try and kill Muzan in the street.
Yep.
On a random like Wednesday night.
He said, that man, that smell familiar.
Yeah, he said, like, I took clips of that first episode. He said, I will follow you to the gates of hell. I'm going to kill you. And that sweet little boy Tanjiro talking that crazy? Oh man.
Nah, it's building up.
It's been building up. I would also say too, just some small things from last season. I mean, Gyu's really big, bro. He's like when the Wind Hashira decked the shit out of Tanjiro. It's a like small thing. When Tanjiro wakes up, if you didn't pay attention, Gyu took off his robe and made it into a pillow for Tanjiro.
Yeah.
And like when he's coming down, the first part, he's like, Tanjiro. Tanjiro's like, nah, I'm talking shit to Muzan up there. Let me be, big bro. I'm talking shit. Like he was there. They were there. Yeah, again. I'm nervous for the Zenitsu, like the person he's about to fight, because he's gonna kill him. Like, like the fact that the comic relief, like there's no more comic relief characters no more. Like it's all,
it's all straight business.
Yeah, you fucked up when the comic relief is now serious.
Yeah, you made the one dude who like now he's serious and it's like, damn, Muzan, don't get crazy too now. Don't touch Nezuko.
Oh no, you're gonna have Tanjiro and Zenitsu
coming at that head hard. He gonna say something like, "Oh, as long as I eat Nezuko," Zenitsu gonna be like, "If you live long enough to." Like, that boy is a whole different man now. See, also too with the post credit, man.
Yeah,
it was sad here. The Ringo, that shit hurt.
Yeah,
it did, but it also hurt in a good way because it was like, oh. We hear you again. I thought we were actually gonna see him, like like his ghost or something again. So that was sad when we didn't. But to get that little flashback scene for Kanroji and Rengoku when she was training as his Suguko, it's really sweet.
That was successful. I mean, yeah, it's like, yeah, he was my teacher. Yeah, eating with the brother, all that shit. Obviously he's not the strongest Hashira. because that was Guillaume. He's not the leader of the Hashira. That was the master in Guillaume. But every season they make it known that this man was like the heart and soul of the demon, like of the demon, maybe of the Hashira, or maybe the demon slaying core. Because everyone, everyone has talked. Obviously Tengen in season 2 had the whole bunch of stuff with Rengoku's like ghost. Obviously Tanjiro was thinking about Rengoku. Season 3, the Miss Hashira thinking about Rengoku. Tanjiro's using his hilt thing. Like they just had that scene with Rengoku. Like he was a major influence.
Yeah.
And probably the biggest influence because everyone thinks about the dude. Even Tanjiro, when he was talking to Gyu, he's like, bro, sometimes I wish in Mugen Train I died. Because I think Rengoku would have, if he would have been training now, would have been strong enough to kill Muzan. I sometimes wish it was me. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, that's tough, man.
I do tell Byron, I was like, sometimes it makes me sick that this man will not get to be in the final fight.
Facts, man. Because his animation would have went hard.
Yeah.
In the movie.
Oh, I would have loved a back-to-back 9th form esoteric art with Goku with Hino Kamikagura with Tanjiro. That would have been crazy.
Man. I can't wait for
you know it. You know what's coming.
I know the Tanjiro Akaza fight, man.
You know it's coming.
That, oh my god.
You know, because Tanjiro got smoked with the most demons left.
Facts.
You know what's coming.
They also all have smoke with him because they were all given the same assignment of get the
Kill
bro
the kid
with the earrings.
Right.
Like so they all know him too on sight once they notice the earring.
You know, so that's ordered. Like the boy got smoked. You killed his other bro Rengoku, like, and then Muzan, you killed his family. Like it's smoke. Like, yeah, he got the most smoke. Upper rank 3 and that big honcho.
Man.
And spoiler purpose, I mean, obviously, it's a small spoiler. If he don't know, just saying. For the people who know, if he runs into Upper Moon 1, that's another smoke. If you know who Upper Moon 1 is,
yeah.
So, but now Tanjiro got smoked, man. Every single body, all them you saw all them demons popping out.
Yep,
like,
all their heads peeking around
man.
through the windows. It was like, damn. Well, all the buddies that Tanjiro's been training with, that's for them to deal with. Hopefully.
Right. I mean, it's a war, man. You might have a thing where they're fighting in a group, and you got an Upper Moon in there, and then a Hashira got to come in there, like it's the Batman Bane fight in the Dark Knight Rises.
Shit, yeah.
Then again, after watching My Hero this past episode, All For One told you, in the comics, man, they call y'all extras. Y'all ain't gonna make it.
Y'all think you're important? No.
Oh my god, so many people are gonna die, bro.
Oh yeah.
I know.
Yes.
Everywhere in both, like,
there's no one safe. There's not one person you can be like, oh, he ain't gonna die.
No. Speaking of dying, though, I will bring this back up with Lady Tamio. Again, anime only, did not have this spoiled for me, but did she really say she had something in her hand that turns demon into humans again?
Correct. That's what she said.
Yeah, because she punched a hole in Muzan. She's like, did you absorb my hand? I was like, okay, what's that have to do? She's like, I got some. I made a little potion that turns demons into human. You feel it yet? I was like, oh, okay.
But to go back, because you've already listened to this episode by the time the My Hero thing comes out. This was a small thing that's like a lot of people, and I've already said this on that podcast, but a lot of people are like, the only anime, people are mad because they didn't get an anime only scene of them now, but you're like, why the fuck did she make that? When Tamayo and Shinobu were cooking in the kitchen. That's where all that happened.
Oh, yeah.
Because Byron, if you think about it, remember when the crow, who they gave that crow Omega Aura, pulled up to Tamio and he's like, yeah, we've known, the master's known you lived all this time. And he's like, oh, you only trust Tanjiro, blah, 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 blah. He's like, I want you to come to the mansion to work with Shinobu.
This lady that we have. Yeah.
And we never got, and I said that's a disservice to, because a lot of people say it's a disservice. You never had a girl who hates demons, besides Nezuko, talking with this girl. Like their first meeting, getting through that distrust, trust, them both with their lab coats on, making the shit. Like we didn't get to see that anime only. Maybe we'll see it in the castle. But
That's
as
what
of
I'm
right
thinking.
now,
Like
That's
day
what
of
I'm
recording,
flashback.
we do not have
Yeah.
it.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm hoping for.
Because they were in there
Also-
cooking. Cooking.
Hope we get a flashback of when Shinobu was talking to Hanao about how to kill the demon that killed
Yes,
his
that
sister.
too. That too. That has to come up
In the
in
movie,
the
it
fight
has to.
that
Yeah.
I did have spoiled for me. So I'm just gonna keep that to myself. But I'm sure that does come up as a flashback moment. It has to.
Yeah, they got you. People will be mad because it's like, all right, because those are two big scenes. It's like, this is obviously important because you're talking about a thing when Tommy was like, yeah, I couldn't have made this by myself. Also, man, Shinobu, you're supposed, I know it's for the story. Shinobu, you're supposed to be fucking fast. Isn't your house like 14, like 10 doors down? Like the butterfly mansion? Like,
But isn't he in a different mansion? Because like that's the thing is, wasn't that like they've been moving him around? So like
Gotcha.
he's
I'm
not in
going
his
into
normal
based off
spot.
like the original, like if that's true, you're right, they do. But if he was at the original one,
Right. No, yeah.
because
Then she's down
Luzin
the road.
didn't go
Yeah.
to every man. Like he didn't say like I went to every one of your mansions looking for you. He's like, nah, I
Right.
knew exactly which one you were at.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. The butterfly people. Gideon was over there just shooting some shots. He got
He
pulled
just
I
in.
hope he
target
has enough
practice.
bullets. That was my question because he's just like, training, just casual, whatever, popping some bullets in. And I'm like, ooh, I hope you have more in your pocket, bud.
Yeah, you know,
Because
everyone's going crazy. Kano's like, oh, hold on. Zenith was like, fuck this. I don't care. I'm killing anyone in my path.
who was she holding on to, by the way? Because like
Probably
she
some
was like
scrub.
hanging on the ledge or something. I couldn't tell who I didn't see it. She was just telling them to like hang on or hold on or something.
Honestly, Andrea, someone who's probably going to be in a tombstone.
Most likely. I was just wondering
Yeah.
if the B-Wall lady noticed Aoi's uniform, even though she's not actually.
She'd die.
That's what
That's
my
where
first,
I'm like, was it her? Was it
Right.
her? Like, is that because then? Ooh.
because when that scene was happening and like all the demon slayers were dropping to Infinity Castle, I was like, wait, did he get those 3 little girls?
I don't think I think the little girls are fine because they don't have
Okay.
uniforms. But Aoi does have a uniform. She just
Yeah.
wears the like cloth over it because she's normally cleaning.
Look, if you're in the square, then you're. And that's one of those things too. Like, let's just say like it was a scene like where Aoi was like randomly hugging all 3, and they were all like super close to each other. And then like
They're
Yeah.
getting,
because that boy said, y'all thought, I don't know who cornered who, because Muzin, like it was like a game of chess. Muzin knew
Yeah.
he was first of all, he was plotting to put these motherfuckers in the castle to begin with.
For
And
sure.
then pulls up to he's like, I'm gonna kill this person, I'm gonna kill everyone. Leader's like, bro, I've known you're coming for 5 days. You didn't even know you were coming in 5 days. I knew. So instead of giving you the satisfaction of your hand cutting my head off, I'm blowing this bitch up. And then, Muzin's pissed because he's like, I didn't know this motherfucker was crazy. And then they thought, and then he knew the Hash were all going to come and blah, blah. So the leader thought that was all going to happen. Great. And then that devilish smile. And then he was just like, even though I felt like that was the last resort, he did not want to do that right now.
Mhm.
Right.
Because, by the point, he was about to die. Like, he was about to, like, they were all about to carve his shit up. So,
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
and then he's like, bro, y'all thought y'all cornered me?
Nah.
But now you just accelerated the process. Like
Basically,
Shigaraki.
yeah.
Y'all thought
Yeah.
you just accelerated the process.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I'm killing anyone who picks up that sword, anyone who went through that final exam, anyone who has destroy on their damn little backs, anyone who has the outfit. You could smell like the outfit. I am killing every single one of you tonight. That is the shit that boy is on.
Oh my god, man! It's
Smell
so
like the outfit. Oh my god.
That's what he's like, man.
facts.
Yeah, no, you're right. He wants this. This is do or die. This is the end. This is for him. It's not do or die for him. He doesn't feel like it that way, but this technically it is. This is
Yeah.
Hey, I will say I'm
final-
tired of these new gen people getting out fucking numbered. All them
Yep.
demons in there, and there's only like
Thanks.
7 demons. Well, not 7. 11 demon slayers who are worth a shit.
basically.
The 7
Basically.
Hashira. Basically,
The
the
7.
Tanjiro's crew, they're Hash. Fuck them. They're pseudo Hashira. They've killed the most
Basically.
upper moons. Besides what when Guillaume is like, I've never seen a demon like this before. I was like, brother, you've never fought an upper rank.
Right. Literally, none of them have. And
He's
it's
like,
just
man, he
wild.
generates regenerates fast. I wasn't expecting this.
And I was sitting there, I was like, what do you think my man Kojo Rengoku was going through? What the fuck
Right.
do you think my man Tengen was going through? Like, we were in these fucking streets, and they just avoided your big ass. I've never seen some dude make Tengen look so fucking short. And Tengen's
Right.
tall.
Tengen's huge. He's
And
like,
he's
what,
short
6'4"?
compared to Guillaume. Like,
Yeah, because Guillaume's like 8 feet tall or some shit like that.
Yeah.
I just laughed at it. I was
And
like,
he's
damn.
not that big because he eats demons. Like, what's his face? Genya. Genya's big
Yeah.
partially because he eats the demons.
He
Guillaume's
was
just
little as
fucking
shit at the
huge.
beginning, too.
Oh, he's about to have a feast.
Is he? Someone's gonna cut his ass up.
With all
I
them
hope he
demons in
can
that
eat a
Infinity
few of
Castle?
them.
Bro,
I
do you
mean-
understand who's in this fucking castle?
I know
all
who's
these
in the
goddamn
castle.
demons, upper rank 1, 2, 3, and 4. You already
And
know
five.
3's taken. You know as soon as
Mm-hmm.
you know as when Musa was yelling Tanjiro Kamado, you know Akaza probably woke up in his pod and is about to go find Tanjiro Kamado.
Probably
Oh,
flipped out of
Tanjiro's
bed,
here?
like, where?
He's like, Tanjiro
probably
here?
like,
Oh, it's off site too.
That man embarrassed me.
And then you got
Yeah,
1 and
straight
then you got
up.
1 and 2 and 4. And to be honest, they gotta kill 4 first.
They do. They really, really do. But then it's for them. They have no idea who this lady is.
Yep.
They have no idea who could be the demon that's doing it. Because
Yep.
Mhm.
to them, I mean, I'm hoping that they would, postulate that to pull this off, they have to be an upper rank. But technically speaking,
Like,
maybe
be
they
a
don't.
lower rank, all right.
Right. So it's how.
Like the only person that's kind of seen her was the one Hashira because he called that eyeball in the last episode.
That's right. Yes, you're right.
He unfortunately, bro, he's too strong to deal with her. He's gonna be fighting them big boys.
Yeah, 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm. Them big boys. Like, you saw if you went to the theater, even if you saw this, you saw the aura upper rank 1 god.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Like we saw the guy who killed Rengoku made look like a hoe. Like if you're doing that math.
Facts.
Or Akaza's gonna wake up and is like, hey, upper 4, I don't send me to where Tanjiro Kamado. She's like, that's not a part of the plan. Send me to where Tanjiro Kamado is.
Oh, he could be on that type of shit.
He could. He really, really could.
Oh, that's wild, man. It's it's so bad because it's like me and Andrea were talking. I don't know if this was post recording or if this was still recording on the Demon Slayer pod. We talked about Byron. Like, there's only 3 Demon Slayer women that we've seen quote unquote. There could have been 100.
Oh, yeah.
There could be more that were off screen. There could have been more of the previous eras. But there's only 3 Demon Slayer women active that we've seen, and 2 of them are Hashira.
Yeah.
And 1 is a Hashira's apprentice.
Mm-hmm.
So like that, I know that was a big thing. Like there ain't not any demon slaying women around.
No.
And
That's
I know
true,
demons
there's
kill
only 3.
women more than they kill men because women are more nutritious, and then plus the added if you're pregnant, having them more and all that stuff. So but yeah, Byron, that's crazy, ain't it? Only 3 and 2 are Hashira, and 1 is a Hashira's apprentice. And spoiler, I mean, she's also a quasi love interest. I mean,
oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's another reason too. So
that's really. I didn't think about that until you said it. There's really only 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't remember.
Isn't it wild?
We were still recording when we brought that up, but yeah.
No, you guys didn't. It wasn't on the.
Oh yeah, the person who edited the podcast.
Editing it last night.
Right.
Yeah, ain't that wild?
Yeah, that's crazy. But also, like, Nezuko has to show up, right?
Right.
Well, the fuck she
and
don't.
For me, the question
is
like,
keep her
where?
ass away.
Like how? Yeah, like when and how did she get there? Because like he only teleported the active demon slayers that he knows about.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so if he hasn't found her yet, then and the Bewall lady hasn't found her yet, how is she going to get in there? Or is it that she doesn't pop up until, what's his face? Urokodaki gets the crow that the master's dead, and so then the crow guides her to the site.
You know, you brought that up.
I don't know if she goes inside the castle. Like I have no idea.
Since you brought that up about like the people getting those crows, just imagine what Tengen's gonna do when he gets there. He's gonna be like, "See, this is I wish I was still active." Like now, Tengen's gonna find out secondhand. He's gonna be like, "Where did everyone go?"
X.
Also, I'm sorry, but that turn of phrase was just kind of funny because he doesn't have a second hand.
No, he doesn't. I mean, no second hand, no eye. Like he's gonna be very sad though. Like legitimate.
Oh yeah. Do you think he tries to show up?
To do what? Bro, he lost an eye and arm against the weakest upper moons. We don't got weak people left anymore.
I saw him still throw hands with Tandra.
It's not like Tandra was gonna Hino Kamikagura kill him.
You know that man's gonna try.
I agree. I feel like he would still try to show up, but I wonder if he would get notified. Like I wonder if the Crow would just go and tell him, but when let him know where the location is. Because if the Crow doesn't, then Kengan might not know where the fuck it is, especially if it's not the normal mansion.
I wonder if the Crows can talk to the Crows outside of the castle.
That's true.
Like with telepathy?
Yeah, because that's the only way the only way you can get in that castle is if that girl lets you in.
Oh, true. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how you can't get in there unless that girl lets you in.
Like the
That's why they got to kill her.
The Wind and the Mist Asher only like stumbled upon it earlier in the season.
Serpent.
Yeah.
Like, because they weren't intentionally trying to look for it. They just
that's because that hoe retreated.
Facts.
He didn't want to die.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, Muzan killed him.
He killed him. He's dead. He's dead. Bro, I was sitting there, man. There was a point too when they were going through their castle, and I was just sitting there. I was like, man, I was like, oh, someone come help these people. This is so bad. Like, ever since Muzan's walk, I'm like, oh, these motherfuckers are really all about to die. Byron, I know you know this iconic scene from this past couple of years. I was waiting for someone to say, man, save the Demon Slayer Corps, Kurosaki Ichigo. Like, start calling some people. Start calling some people for some other anime, for some fucking help so we can clear this shit out. If he would have showed up from the heavens, killed everyone, all them demons there, this shit would have been like, Uzumaki Naruto. Andrea, there's a great clip on YouTube. If Naruto would have showed up in Mugen Train, I'll have to send you. It's hilarious. Because it's the scene where Akaza's trying to run into the thing, and he pulls the Kurama arm, pulls him back out to the sunlight. Like, it's hilarious. Because I'm sitting here, I was like, God damn, our power, we ain't it right now. We need some fucking help.
Yeah. We do. Well, that's what everybody's about to get their mark for. Well, I guess not everybody per se, because we don't know that everybody gets it. But, all the Hashira have been trying to get theirs. So most likely most of them, if not all of them, are going to get it.
Yeah, because 2 already do. And then Tanjiro is the first of this generation to get his. So
without being a Hashira.
Also, the fact that it stays that way now on his forehead, like it doesn't even look like the scar anymore. It's just a permanent mark.
He's been destined. You know he about to get that rage power up when he fight Akaza. Like he's gonna get some new shit. Like them boys have been.
I just wonder how fucked up his body's gonna be by the time he has to fight Muzan. That's kind of my question.
Yeah, because as Rengoku said, they don't regrow limbs. So
no,
he got to get through the Akaza fight with all his limbs.
Yeah, because if he doesn't, it's not looking too good for him.
But now with this movie coming, all this stuff. Now, Andrea and Byron, we could do some of the stuff that we did with My Hero. Who needs big scenes in the movies? Who needs to step up? We have a whole plethora of Demon Slayer content from now until the movie comes out.
Yeah,
all of the movies come out.
Right. I can't wait till that first announcement where I say,
yes,
part 1 is coming out such and such date. I think it was a cool teaser trailer.
Movie, a post for oh yeah, so I'm very excited. Now the Demon Slayer thing has been officially open on the pod, and now we can fully just do what if scenarios and all of that and go from there. Because there's one person, because I know what my man he was drafted to Team Martin on the anime thing last year. Tanjiro Kamino's about to do. I know what Mike Zenitsu's about to do. Byron, what the fuck is Inosuke about to do?
Oh, they're on site for him. You saw the man drop down, put the boar helmet on.
He smiled. Ready. He laughed.
Brother, but does he have moves? Like, do we have moves to fight these upper ranks?
Brother can move his organs around, man.
Okay. That was the biggest cop out of season 6 history. Not season 6 of the upper rank fight history. And then, so Byron, if he just say he drops in the Upper Moon's house, Upper Moon 1.
Oh, it's not too good for him. He needs to fight like the lower ring.
What lower ring? The scrubs?
Yeah.
The 4? He
Well, because
drops in front of her.
Eventually there'll be a scene in the movie. I don't know if my hero. That's the thing. I don't know if my hero will get to this thing too. But the three are going to be like, came in this together. We're going to end this together, and you're going to have
Right.
Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke back to back to back, trying to
Mhm.
fight Muzan while maybe the Hashira, maybe all are dead, and like they're the only three left to
Shit.
keep them to sunrise.
Yeah.
Because those three are teaming up. Eventually, they will all find each other, and they will be like,
Will they?
we came.
Because
I
part
think
of
they
me
will.
wonders about that. Because like with them being split up when they all drop into the castle, I feel like they'll all, if they all make it, I don't know. If they all make it through the fight, I feel like they'll all meet up at the end. But I'm not sure if they all, line up as the trio to fight Muzan. I don't know.
I
That
think they'll
happen.
get to that. I mean, once that lady's dead, the castle's gone. So whatever place they landed to, like, because I think she'll die before Muzan dies
Well, for sure.
eventually. So then, like, they'll just be like, again, by that point, what did it take to kill that woman? Did one or two
Mhm.
Hashira have to die? Did two or three have to die?
Mhm.
And then like Tanjiro's, and then they're gonna look around and tell Inosuke, Zenitsu, blah blah blah. And then like he's gonna be like, hey, we're the only three left, and we got to keep Muzan alive till sunrise.
Yeah. Without having read the manga, I feel like she probably dies at like the end of the second movie. Just
That's
early predictions.
Could be. They got to kill her quick.
See, I just don't think they will. They got to, but I don't think they will. I think they'll have other fights lined up, and like Byron said, I do think it's plausible that she wouldn't end up getting killed until like the middle or the end of the second movie. But it also depends on how they lay it all out. Like if they try to get all the like other big banger fights out in the first movie, leave like the second biggest fight for the second movie, and then obviously the final fight for the last movie.
Mhm.
We don't know.
Byron, if Tanjiro and Akaza is the first movie, what are you about to do?
Shit. Might have to watch that movie a couple times.
I was about to say the
I
premiere night.
highly
I will be there
recommend
for
it.
all three. I will be there for all.
for
Whenever
sure.
the premiere nights are.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things. Like if you're a fan, you might as well. If you don't want to get spoiled, you might as well. If you're working, you might as well take that
You
day
have
off.
to.
Take
You
that
have
day
to.
off.
You would have to go see it as soon as it's in theaters on premiere night or like the morning matinee of the day after
Mhm.
to make sure you don't get it spoiled for yourself. Because I feel like part of the move as well with doing movies is that you don't have spoilers leaked as easily because generally speaking, people aren't supposed to have their phones out in the movie theaters. It's more noticeable when people are recording and things like that. Plus, it's harder to get more of the content because it's dragged out a little bit longer. But to make sure nothing gets spoiled, you have to get there ASAP. You have to.
Yeah. And if you don't see it on premiere night, do not go on Twitter the next day because you will have those people who may not have clips, but they will spoil big action stuff.
Yep. You would
thing.
have to get off, X now, but formerly Twitter, whatever. Instagram, Facebook, you have to get off until you go see it. And basically that's what people had to do for Avengers Endgame. That's what we had to do for
But what they also
the
did
Spider-Man
too,
movie. Like, yeah.
With Endgame, what they did to avoid all that, which was my next thing, because on the poster it says globally. I don't know if that was just a typo or not. Are they going to do what Endgame did and release the movies on the same day for all regions? Because Mugen Train, Japan got that way before us, like a year or so before us.
Yeah.
So like you saw the clip, you're like, what the fuck's going on? Who's this redhead guy?
Right.
They're like seeing tweets from people in Japan. It's like Rengoku's Goto. You're like, really?
What?
Why? But like, if they do a global release day,
I
feel like they would.
That would be crazy. Now you're
I'm
potentially
not gonna say
looking
they
at
have
biggest
to. I feel like
box
they
office
should.
openings ever.
I think they should as well. But
I
then
do too.
Agreed. My thing is I think it would actually delay the releases. Because needing to get it all translated. Because generally when you release it subtitled, it's also available dubbed.
Yep, that's
So
what they've
I
been
think,
doing. I'm
it
gonna watch
would
both
potentially
versions,
delay.
maybe the same day.
Do it. Honestly, do it. I 100% co-sign that. Martin, you're right. The first time I saw the movie was with you. We watched it subtitled. I went and watched it with my
Wait,
friend's
did we watch
husband,
this? I swore we watched it dub. I don't think we watched it dub.
That's right, we did. We watched it dub, excuse me. And then again, it's weird to say, but I went with my friend's husband because she doesn't like anime, to watch it subbed, I think just a couple days later. And it was just like, the impact of it being subbed hit a little bit harder. Of course, I knew what was happening. I watched. I know it's not a traditional movie, but the preview for the Hashira training arc, where it's the movie of the last.
Oh, yeah, and they did it for the
I watched that
the
twice
upper rank meeting,
subbed and dubbed. I love watching it twice, at least twice. Watching it in the original Japanese and then going back and watching it in English. Feel like I get more out of it, so highly recommend. Although that honestly would also push the movies to be that much more successful if everybody goes and watches it twice.
You gotta do. I mean, as the Demon Slayer fans are saying on Twitter, like everyone's going crazy. Like the fandom is up. We are in a very blessed period that we got to witness this stuff live ish.
Awesome.
Do y'all think that there might be any negative backlash in the sense that people are going to be so frustrated and upset with this decision that they will boycott the movie?
If they do that, they're fans. They're not fans, so fuck them.
Yeah,
I have no patience for any of them.
Yeah,
because then you also that's one of those things too. And so Byron can go like that's one of those things too where people, and I really don't want to get. And it's serious in the anime sense that these people are going to be fighting for their fucking lives in these movies. But I don't want to get I don't want to be political, but that's one of those things like where people bitch about political issues, but then you don't go vote.
Go
ahead, Byron.
Yeah, I'll just, like you said, people who boycott this because they're not seasons are fucking idiots. If it's one of your favorite animes, go support all 3 movies. Because if you don't, you're going to get spoiled. They're going to get upset because you got spoiled because you didn't see the movie. So to avoid that, just go see the movie. Go support it. It's going to be great in theaters. Like Mugen Train was amazing in theaters. And you're going to have a good time. So just go enjoy yourself. I've been a little bitch.
The biggest thing is if you really can't wait for that ending,
take your ass to Japan and watch it early.
if they release it early for Japan, that's because we were just talking about a global release.
Like I'm locked in. Zenitsu locked in, so I'm locked in. Tanjiro's locked in, so I'm locked in. My boys are locked in, so I'm locked in. That's simple. If you're not locked, like the roof, man, I already know there's going to be people who are going to make so much money making up bullshit rumors on Instagram and Twitter saying, "Oh yeah, I have an inside source that a trailer's coming, everyone's going to follow them," and then that's a lie.
Yep.
Like, watch out for the scamming stuff. Like, if just look for the official stuff from like the Demon Slayer, like official sites and all of that. Don't. It's going to be a wild west.
Yeah. I'm here for it. I'm excited especially after watching today's episode. Like, yeah, I need these 3 movies ASAP.
I'm pumped,
but
man.
I will wait.
What do y'all think might be the earliest that they could actually put it out? The first movie. Do you think maybe they've started on it already?
I'll say like summer of 2025 would probably be the earliest, unless they've already started working on it.
Right.
I mean, they've been doing
crossing my fingers and toes that we might get it in January. I would fucking die. That would be great.
They've been doing a season. Like, that's the other thing too with people. I was like, what's the like when they're talking about, oh, I don't want to wait thing. I was like, we wait a year for a season every year. So
true.
That's true.
But technically speaking, these trilogy movies could be seen as like 1 season or potentially 2. So then that wait period would be 1 more year to the end or 2 more years to the end versus you're piecing it up in blocks to potentially 3 years. Because again, I think I talked about it on the My Hero podcast that I really, again, and I brought it up earlier about the 6 months, but then essentially 2 of the movies would compete with each other if they really do it like January 2025, then 6 months after that is July 2025, and it would compete with itself to be the number 1 movie that year, plus the Crunchyroll Anime Awards, the general movie awards, like, and they wouldn't do that to themselves because they wouldn't want to. I mean, taking first and second is, amazing and would be great, but I'm sure that they would want to shoot for the top with each individual movie.
I just want to also say too, like how big this is. Like, there's obviously big soccer going on, and this was randomly in the day. And the first trending things in the whole United States was the soccer, England, the Euro 2024, Henry Kane. The number 5 trending thing in the United States of America was Demon Slayer. Like this is monumental, and that was at that was after the like this was before the movie. This was after the movie announcement. Like I didn't check when it was trending then, but like it was the number one trending topic for me, and then the United States was fifth. And the only thing that was beating it was the Euro 2024. If those soccer matches were going on, Demon Slayer would have been the number one trend in the United States. It probably was the number one trend in the world. So
Yeah.
this is
exciting times.
We lock it in, man. This is your time now. From a person who buys a whole bunch of like anime merchandise and mangas and all that stuff. Get your shit now before they start raising those prices up. Because once the movie, or you wait for the sales to come, because the next anime convention, the Demon Slayer stuff you're gonna see it's all gonna get sold out. Funko Pops are gonna get sold out. If you're trying to cosplay as someone, you better get that shit now or prepare. And we're up. We are. I mean, now you can watch all of season 8.
That's the plan. Going out with a bang.
You can watch all of season 8 sub now from start to finish, so you can have your own movie thing. The English dub has started too, which I think was actually ingenious at the last episode of the sub, and that was the same day as the first of the dub. Because there's some people Andrea talked about, like some people just read the manga and then watch. Some people don't read the manga and watch. There's some people who only watch it in sub, and there's some people who only watch it in dub. So now you're watching it in dub, and you're just like, holy shit, wait, there's a movie? What the hell is happening? So,
right.
We're up, man. This is a great day for anime, to be an anime fan, and like, I'm here for it. If Demon Slayer's chasing $1 billion, I'm going to do my part.
Facts.
It won't be hard. It won't. Like we said, you said 500 million already in that one movie came out of nowhere during COVID.
During COVID.
During COVID. And it's like, we no longer have those restrictions. We're getting to that pinnacle moment, the end of the story. If only one of the 3 of the movies make it, which one do you guys think it's going to be?
The last one.
The last one, or when they do the previews, whichever one has the Tanjiro Akaza fight.
That's my thought as well. That is my thought as well. And I'm personally hoping that's the first one. I want to see it ASAP.
I need to see it to assess what the main character is going to be like in the next 2 movies. Like how much hope we got left. Because like you guys said, if he's hurt, we don't have healers around here.
True.
No. Tamayo, I mean, well, that's the thing. The entire series, there's no actual healer. There's just, normal eat your medicine, get better.
Right. So, rest and relaxation.
And Tamayo's the only one who really could do medicine. And then Shinobu. And if Shinobu is gone or separated from everybody, nobody's getting time to recuperate here. This is either, if this really doesn't all take place in a night, because
it does. That is confirmed. All this is happening in one night.
Yeah. So by the time the sunrise happens, either we won or we lost.
Or we lost. This is all happening in one day. One day. One day.
Yeah, it's real steak.
And Byron said it right. When that sun comes up at 6 a.m. or whatever, we either won or we lost. Either Muzen's immortal or Muzen's dead. No in between.
No in between. Damn.
And we can't let him escape like Yurichi let him escape. So
nope. Or Tanjiro letting Akaza escape.
Yep. Because
that's my other thought of this. I already see it in my mind. Like it's not exactly the same because they're not the same characters, but like it's close to daybreak. The sun's coming up, and Muzen's like, "Fuck, I gotta go." And I mean that whole area is wooded, so it'd be the same thing of him just dashing into the trees like Akaza did.
Well,
I don't think it's gonna happen, but
when they kill Upper Rank 4, it transports them back to the nuclear bombed mansion because there was no trees left.
Facts.
Oh man.
We're about to see.
I'm gonna watch that scene again, man.
We're about to see. We're up. Anything else, guys? Like I know we can go for hours on end. We probably will off cam, off stream, pod, but this is crazy, and I was shocked. So that they're really having the balls to do this.
Right.
I love it. I'm excited for it.
Those
got nothing else
the
to
Demon
say.
Slayer panels are about to be absolutely wild for the next couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
For
Until we
real.
get that
Just
last movie.
should be wild in the ways that My Hero Academia panels aren't wild.
Boy.
Hopefully.
Well, they're wild for a different reason.
Exactly.
Well,
and
they're
hopefully we'll keep it that way.
The whole cast pretty much is coming to Ohio in July, and then for anime.
Oh, are
and
y'all
then,
going? Anybody going?
I don't know. I know GalaxyCon in December, Midoriya is going to be there, so we'll see. I mean, shit, I don't know what. I might yell. I'm like, hey, bro, could you have told the people to speed your shit up? Like, people are out here dying, and you're over here strolling your time. Like, use that sway to have like an anime only scene where you're like, I'm running as fast as I can. But no, we're up. Demon Slayer announced today, coming out a trilogy, date to be determined. I also too want to throw out how big this was. I didn't actually tell Andrea this. I told Byron themselves. Andrea, this announcement was so big and people were waiting for this episode. I got a call from my barber asking about, hey man, when's this Demon Slayer drop? I was just like, it's taking some time now because things are going a little crazy. He's like, oh, what happened? I was like, oh, they just announced a movie, this and that. It's gonna come out like 3 or 4 ER American time. He's like, okay. And then he says, like, oh my gosh, this is freaking crazy. Like, yeah, man, this is how big this is.
Damn. All right.
So,
all right. Oh my God.
With that being said, L7C podcast signing out. Thanks for Captain Byron, the My Hero Enthusiast, Andrea popping on. The Demon Slaying section of the L7C is officially open. Gonna have to start having what if scenarios, this and that. Gonna have to start planning. It's gonna get crazy. That being said, L7C podcast signing out.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the L7C podcast. Be sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on all social media platforms, and we'll be talking to you guys soon. Take care.